All right. You ready?
Yeah.
901, 902, 902.
This is such an unserious program, bro.
Yeah. DMV, you know what time it is. None other than the Bassline podcast presented by the Everyday Weekend. I'm your host as always, Capo, feeling good, feeling great. To the left of me as always is none other than my brother in Young Mitchell. We trust. Got his Capitals merch on. How they doing this season?
They're in the playoffs.
Okay. All right. Like already.
I think playoffs start like next week.
But they're
Yeah.
like solidified. They're in there.
They're like a 5-6 seed.
Okay. Yeah. They're not worried.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to the Capitals, man. How are you though?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. You know, I hear you had an adventurous weekend.
Oh yeah.
Spoke with you on Saturday night.
Yeah.
So interesting conversation. We'll leave the rest off air.
Mm-hmm.
At least until he gets here, because he said he wants to sit in on 2 reviews.
Oh yeah, nah. He can answer for what he did.
Yeah, he had an answer for his war crimes.
Nah, it's nothing bad though. He ain't nothing bad.
Yeah. All right, so let's get right to it, man. Everybody talking about whole timeline is in shambles. There was like a little bit of skirmish, little bit of ruckus around this a few weeks back, maybe like a month or so. Can't remember how long ago it was. It was a little bit back. That there was little murmurs that Gucci and Pooh Shiesty had some sort of run-in. Didn't really hear too much. And then pretty much like over the weekend, footage came out of what appeared to be Pooh Shiesty and associates robbing Gucci Man and his associates at gunpoint. And yeah, they apparently robbed them of cash and jewels and things of that nature, and also had Gucci sign a release of Pooh Shiesty from 1017. Your thoughts?
I think it's interesting that that there's footage of the robbery. 2, I heard that they posted jewelry after the robbery.
They did.
They're idiots. Let's call a spade a spade. You're on probation, parole, whatever the proper term is. I don't care. I don't plan on participating in either. But like,
I could dig it.
you're an idiot. Why would
Yeah.
you do that? And then, he's lucky to even still be on 1017 because I feel like Gucci could have just been like, I just signed you, went to jail. That's kind of a breach of contract.
I don't know if it's a breach of contract, but I would definitely, if I invested in propping up this new artist, and before I even get really a chance to recoup, you're locked up.
I don't even think he.
Yes, when you come home, we're gonna keep working.
I don't think he even did he even put out a project under 1017 while he was out. I think he put one out while like he was in jail.
I'll validate. You keep talking though.
But it just seems dumb. Like, why do niggas like going to jail so much?
I don't know, and I don't know like what the terms of the deal are. Blah 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 blah.
It doesn't matter. Why go back to jail?
What I do know is that we got to start somewhere else, because Pooh Shiesty is on house arrest.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like there had to be better ways to handle
All right, so
this.
Pooh Shiesty got out in early December because FDO came out December 12th.
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 projects. There's Shiesty Season Certified, which has 7 million tracks. It got 38 tracks. That's with Atlantic Recording and 1017 Global. That was February 2021. And then there is what looks to be the original version is 17 tracks, 49 minutes. It was released on 1017 Global and Atlantic Recording Corp. So it looks like the deluxe version was Atlantic leading the way.
So it has one project technically with 1017 because the deluxe in 2021 he was already in jail.
Yes.
So yeah.
That was a recoup effort.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if it's any EPs listed. It's a bunch of singles I'm seeing. I don't recall an
This nigga's doing you a fucking favor, bro. But yeah, it's dumb. I think niggas just like going to jail. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Because listen, like, I don't know the terms of his house arrest. Like, once again, I don't care. But, and obviously he don't care because he's going back to jail. But
for sure.
So,
but usually when they got you on an ankle monitor, the one thing, regardless of what his proximity to home needed to be and all of that shit, the one thing they do know is where you are.
Yeah.
So if you at the scene of the robbery of the CEO of your label,
mm-hmm.
maybe you did that shit or you had something to do with that shit.
Nah,
and the meeting was for you, as documented,
to help you out, to better your career.
Well, we don't know what the meeting was called for. I won't say that.
Mm-hmm.
It may have been him having a meeting trying to plead his case to get out of his deal, and he decided this is how he wanted to plead it. I don't know how many times he's asked. I don't know. I don't know any of those details to say, you know what I'm saying, what caused it to go to this level.
And see, and I think this is the real major problem, right?
I could speculate, and that'd be fun, but
what's up with niggas? How do they think this is gonna work? It never works in the movies. So like, why do you think it's gonna work?
Because it worked in the 90s for a little bit. Niggas could run the offices and smack people up.
Not on house arrest.
No, that's probably not advisable.
Not on probation, parole, whatever this shit is called. But like,
I like that you don't know this jail shit. That's good.
Don't. That's literally the last place I want to
go. Because
I
got collar shirt on. That's what I'm talking about.
There's no reason for me to go to jail at all. But yeah, it's just dumb. Like, it's just like, and the crazy thing is, I've seen people online defending this.
Defending what? Pooh Shiesty?
Yeah, yes.
What? You know, what's been interesting to me is the amount of people that are calling Gucci a snitch and saying he not a real street nigga no more.
That nigga is 40 something. If you're still in the streets at 40, you failed.
Could you not still be street adjacent at 40?
Why would you want to be?
Okay, so here's my point.
Maybe this is me from the outside looking in. I don't
Fair,
know.
but like some of the mob bosses that we loved, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were in their 40s, their 50s. Some of the lore that we hear about them may have been in their younger years, but some of the bigger stories that we hear about them, the stuff that's like stamped and cemented, these were grown ass men.
Gucci's not doing organized crime anymore, though.
We don't know that. I'm not putting that on them, but we don't know that either. But what I'm saying is, even in that sense, right? Is there not a space in organized crime where you ascend to a point where your crime is organized enough, you can go to court?
Yeah, because they always have lawyers in the movies.
But they're usually fighting the system, not each other. Like, you never really seen like one of the bosses take another boss to court.
Yeah, but that's because it won't even get that far up the ranks.
Because there's actual hierarchy and process. True.
Yeah, but it's either way. If the way I see it, like, again, we already said I don't know anything about the street shit. I feel like if you're a victim, it's not stitching. You just getting your shit back.
I think there's also the element. I think Gucci has some off duties as security, and I think they have a oath or something where.
Yeah, when you become a police officer, you definitely have like a.
Yeah, you
like every police ceremony or where I've seen like people taking picture of like their friends like getting sworn in as an officer. You're getting sworn in, right hand on the Bible. You take an oath.
Right, but cross state lines and all that. Like, it's not even your jurisdiction type shit. But there's still, I think there's an oath that if the crime is committed and you've seen it, like.
Yeah, it's like when you're a registered nurse, like, and you see some shit, like, you're obligated to help.
I think that's morality. I don't feel like there's an oath. I think that's just in them.
No, it's a thing too. I think so. I had like one of my homegirls say like, yeah, she had to like help. She
also wanted to.
Who knows?
She didn't mind.
Okay.
She felt capable and helped.
Okay.
I don't think there's. I'm gonna find out now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we do have. Yeah.
We have
resources.
Yeah, we have resources.
But back to this. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, none of this situation makes sense.
No, none at all. None at all.
Because let's just.
You're not gonna get what you want. He signed under duress. This isn't gonna stand up in court. You're gonna go to jail. Your daddy and the rest of them going to jail.
Oh, you're just right. His parents were with him, right?
Well, it's his daddy. I don't know about his mama.
And his mom is capping for him. And his mom was like backing it on social media. And it goes to like.
Well, I think that,
that speaks bigger volumes. But
also I'd be really disappointed if he came from like a nice middle class suburban home.
Oh no, for sure.
I'd like that at least this chaos does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's saying from what I've checked into, and I ain't checked for all. What I have seen says that his daddy ain't one to be played with.
Mm-hmm.
He does not seem to be one to be played with. And to be fair, Gucci not.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess if you feel like the route of force is necessary, I would show up. If the person that I'm dealing with is Gucci, I would think guns are necessary. I will say that.
Yeah.
Because Gucci is documented to not play.
Yeah. What do you say? Fuck Pepsi. Pepsi won't fuck with you because you're a murderer, but fuck Pepsi. I fuck with Coca-Cola anyway.
Yeah,
but yeah, it just doesn't. I can't. My brain just can't wrap around it. Like I really don't. This ain't the movies. This is real life.
The degree of stupidity.
Yeah, and it's like at one point, do we call people stupid? We need to bring back shame. Like, and that's what's the problem with society.
Well, you know what else is wrong too, bro? This is dumb, right? This was a dumb play. He'll fuck around and get this shit off, though. Like, the judicial system is so trash. He'll fuck around and keep walking the streets and have something to stand on because he didn't get the charge.
If he don't get charged with footage, I don't know what else.
Man.
On footage and a house arrest?
Yeah, shiesty on, though.
But that ankle monitor tells you where you're at all times.
But that don't mean I brandished a weapon.
That's fair.
Which I'm only saying that because his attorney has already came out saying that this isn't what it seems and all this bullshit.
Yeah, all right.
And so I'm like, all right, I'm already waiting for this angle he's about to present.
And then he was posting.
Pause if applicable.
And then he was
it's super applicable. Pause.
Yeah, it is. And then he was posting the jury online.
Pooh?
Somebody
or his men.
One of his men.
All right. Well, that's guilt by association. That's a crime too.
Yeah, exactly.
A lesser crime. But I'm almost certain.
Yeah,
the terms of his parole said he shouldn't be nowhere near weapons or gang members. I'm almost certain.
Correct.
Without reading it,
that's parole 101, bro.
Yeah.
Or parole operation, whatever it is. You see that shit on First 48 all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's yeah, man. Niggas just gotta be smarter.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why niggas choose to be dumb.
I don't know that dumb is a choice. It's
I think it is.
All right.
At a certain point, dumb is a choice.
Interesting.
Not understanding a math concept, fine.
That could make you dumb if it's 2 + 2.
Yeah, but
you would say a nigga that can't do 2 + 2 is dumb.
Yeah, but then I don't think you should be in society if you can't do 2 + 2.
That's not true.
I
believe the children are our future.
Yeah, but this is a grown ass adult, so
that's also true.
Yeah, my niece could do 2 + 2, but
all right, she fancy or whatever.
Yeah, and she'll do it in French, but yeah, niggas just choose to be dumb. I wholeheartedly believe that because it's easier than trying to be smart.
That's fair. I was going to look something up and I forgot what it was now.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
I went on my niggas are dumb, right?
I mean, but niggas are dumb and it bothers you. And I think that you should have the space to express that.
Because it's such a lack of effort in majority of the cases. It's
Listen,
such a lack of effort.
I agree. This is my last thing on this Pooh Shiesty Gucci thing. At what point in success, in like straight up business success, is one no longer in the street?
I think it depends on the person and what type of operation you were running.
I don't. I think there are levels of success that exist today that you cannot get to illegally.
Yeah, that is 100% true.
And I don't mean like. Let me be clear, because they're all breaking the law, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of them, but not like. When I think of street shit, I think of it as when I think of street shit, I think of that as more like overhand crime. It's a little more. Most of the time, it's a little more in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
The crimes that Elon Musk is committing, right? Donald Trump is committing. These are like, I guess it's blue collar, white collar crime.
Correct.
Right. So the billionaires are committing crimes too.
For sure.
Right. But at what point are you like? Because we don't consider none of the billionaires street niggas or street people. They don't have to abide by street code. They're criminals too.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So at what point in your ascension to billionaire to multimillionaire, when let's say you're well beyond 50% of your business is legitimate, at what point are you allowed to retire from the street shit in the street code? Like if let's say 25% of your business comes from street endeavors, are you still expected to do that? And does it matter based on where the friction's coming from? Because like this is legitimate business friction.
Yeah, if
you want to get out of your contract.
You know what? I've never thought about that, and I don't have the answer to that. And it's so weird because I was looking.
We got too many cats that have made it from the street elsewhere. When do they get out? Are they allowed to?
Yes, I think you're allowed to for sure. Because if you watch The Wire, Marlo Stanfield got out the game.
I mean, that's what Ghost was trying to do.
Stringer Bell got out well, he was trying to, but his
right.
Guys.
But then if someone committed a crime against those people, which I don't think we got to see in any of these cases, are they allowed to call on law enforcement?
Well, in Stringer Bell's case, the law stole his money. And so he wanted to get back because that's all he knew. But he was an idiot anyway, and also the worst character in TV history. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have the answer to that question. I wish I did have an answer to that question because I want for everybody to get out the streets. I understand why niggas start and their origin stories are in the streets, but the goal should always be to get your money and get out the game, like Side the Prince said.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have the answer to that. But Pooh Shiesty just dumb. Like it just bothers me that niggas are this dumb.
Yeah. Nah.
And somebody has to call them dumb. We have to remember when niggas couldn't read and we used to like make fun of them.
I didn't do that.
I did. If
you're a terrible person.
No, for sure. And guess what? You know what they did? They got better at reading. I can tell you that.
Okay, I you know what? I'm not gonna argue with you about your because they couldn't those people could read. They were lazy.
Exactly. And so you fuck up in class. Guess what? You're not gonna fuck up reading out loud next time.
Yeah, you what you encouraged was more effort.
Yeah,
they weren't trying, and I respect that. That's okay. I'm not gonna do too much more co-signing of that though. Now. Who else has not been co-signed is Kanye West.
Good.
I spent the better part of the day going back and forth with the good brother Josine about this exact scenario, right? And so Kanye's back. He's performing. He's got Bully out. He did 2 dates in L.A.
Hold on, wait, so those are new songs?
On Bully?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought those were old songs. Like one of them, they might have been leaked.
Maybe. I won't pretend to be up to date on everything Kanye as of late.
I wouldn't either, and not even like somebody like played it, and I was like, this shit sounds familiar. Who the fuck is this? And it was Kanye, and I was like, oh, turn this shit off. But
Like, hard pass.
yeah, but yeah.
Well, so Ye did the 2 shows in L.A. I think they were at
SoFi.
SoFi, right? Which apparently seats like 80,000.
Yeah, it's the NFL stadium.
Right. Sold out 2 nights. He's literally performing on top of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Looks to be an amazing show, right? He did those 2 shows independent of like major sponsors. So money was made on tickets and merch. Okay. Cool.
Do you think he got a part of food and beverage?
I highly doubt it.
Okay.
I highly doubt it. Yeah, hell no. Because they got to eat somewhere.
Yeah.
Like if he really ate off tickets, they absolutely ate off food and beverage.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be some compromise in this.
Correct.
And he still had to pay for his staging.
Yeah.
Which wasn't cheap, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho's, those shows, they go great, right? But he also was announced as the headliner for the Wireless Fest in the UK, which is going to go on the same time that Jay is doing Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint, and Extra Innings at Yankee Stadium in New York this summer. And so there was a lot of conversation in the headlines about which stadium show do you need to be at? And it was kind of a generational line you could see in the responses or whatever, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Right. So things keep trucking along, and then we see Pepsi pulls their sponsorship from the Wireless Festival. Pepsi generally ain't pulling up with 10 grand. That's probably a big deal. There was another major sponsor who I cannot remember right now, but there was another big name sponsor that pulled their support, both stating they wanted to distance themselves from Kanye West. Then the UK said he was barred from entering the country, causing the Wireless Festival to be canceled.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what stadium in the UK was this going to be at.
That's good to know. So we're talking about, like I said, a couple of major sponsors dropping out. The UK saying he can't show up here. Festival getting canceled. The debate I was having with my good man was about debating. The start of it was at like, should we be boycotting Pepsi?
So it was going to be in Finsbury Park.
Finsbury Park.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
they just named their parks after.
The venue is an easily acceptable. It's a popular non-camping urban music. Okay, so it's like their Coachella.
Okay, but the venue sounds like a park, literally.
Yeah, but it's outside, like a camping venue type. Like it's non-camping, but it's like.
But it's an outdoor venue.
It's not a stadium.
It's not. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So the whole thing's canceled now because they can't have Kanye.
I feel like, well, hold on, wait. When was it? You said it was the same weekend as Jay. They could have got a replacement, but the tickets probably wouldn't hit the same.
That's the thing when you talk about a replacement at that level.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of people that stand next to Ye in that space that pull with Ye. Maybe Travis.
But I honestly, I wouldn't. Travis is still a liability in my eyes.
Yeah, but he can get in the country.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
Pepsi's not leaving.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do Travis. But that's just me if I'm.
But I mean, I wouldn't have did Ye, and they did that. So like.
Yeah, that's fair too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we have to be very clear on what's happened, right? Ye did apologize. That don't mean everybody accepted it.
Correct. Bro, actions have consequences, and I think people are failing to realize that. And it's such a thing in society. everywhere that like.
And I feel like they wanted to get their pow off. They was like, nigga, fuck you.
Yeah, and so like,
you can come back next summer.
So
baby.
when was it announced that he was headlining this?
Within like the last, it's been after the J announcement, so it ain't been a month.
Huh. That's how you know I really don't pay attention to Kanye, because I had no idea about this. I had no idea about those shows or anything.
I feel like the and I might be wrong here, but I feel like I heard about the UK festival before I heard about the LA shows.
Okay.
So I think the LA shows were more about rollout for the album, and this is more about follow up for the album. Because you know this album was released under Gamma.
What's my man's name?
Jackson.
Yeah. I always get the Jackson part, but I'd be ready to say like Randy Jackson, but I know that's not.
You want to make him Jackson.
Yeah, nah. But yeah, it's just like I don't get why after what those 2 years we were subjected to of his craziness and him calling himself a Nazi and doing all this stuff, I'm surprised that people are surprised by this.
Yeah, I'm also surprised that no one's blaming Jay-Z.
I don't think that Jay-Z was only reason I could see that is I don't think Jay-Z was concerned about Kanye. The people who are still supporting Ye at that level are also not the demographic that Jay-Z is looking to draw.
Maybe he doesn't want the demographic.
That's what I'm saying. So him intervening with this and making that call has no impact on what he's doing, especially when the shows are already sold out.
I disagree.
Why?
I think their trajectories are forever aligned or linked, rather. 1. 2, they have had a very tumultuous last 5 to 7 years.
As they should have, but
and while this probably won't impact my ticket sales, I don't want it impacting headlines globally about what I'm doing for the 30-year anniversary of my debut album.
Okay, that's a fair point. That's a fair point to look at.
We're 2 black men. We're both hip-hop superstars, moguls. I'm not sharing the headlines with you that weekend. Fuck you. Sit down.
I didn't look at it from that way. You have a really good point.
Just a thought.
I agree. But I also think that people need to like call a spade a spade. Like, and to your conversation with Jocelyn, I understand his thought process, man. They're trying to tear the black man down, right? Mm-hmm. But if this was a white person, he'll be the first person calling for their head. So we need to call a spade and just be like, bro, this is not acceptable behavior, and your actions have consequences. He should have never got booked in the first place. Let's start there. And then it's just like, yeah, man, I just don't get it. Like, maybe that's just the theme of the show. I don't understand this shit. Like, because I just don't understand at this juncture how you can still support Kanye.
So I get both sides, right? Like, I get Ye should be able to perform because he's that big of an entity, right?
They got freedom of speech over there?
I don't know.
I feel like they do. They have free healthcare, so I feel like that would be a part of that.
You might gotta make some sacrifices.
I'll make that sacrifice for sure.
You can have quietly cured syphilis.
I'll get my
or
why would
you could deal with that on your own and say what the fuck you want. It doesn't matter.
Quiet, bro. I'm not even repeating that. That was insane. But like,
I done threw your whole train of thought down.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, man. But yeah, no, I it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, why, as someone who is, well, maybe they were playing in on the divisiveness of him and trying to draw that crowd, right? That might be the angle, but
I mean, if the nigga
I
can
don't
draw
think-
80,000 people, I think that's the angle.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
There's not a lot of us. I know that's what he think. There's not a lot of us that can
But
draw
then-
80,000 people.
But then I feel like, what if it ends up like, what was that documentary where it was too many people and niggas was acting crazy and they never acted crazy before? It was like 99 Woodstock where they had
Oh yeah.
DMX.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, that could lead to some shit like that.
Yes, but these things go on without Kanye West anyway.
Yeah, because obviously that happened without Kanye West.
That's not.
So
It wasn't the inaugural.
yeah, for sure. But I feel like as somebody who creates an event,
I think Drake headlined it last summer.
yeah, but Drake fans are completely different than Kanye fans.
That's not my point.
I know
These
your
people
point.
are talking about a draw.
Yeah, I understand that, but also you have to worry about your pockets at the end of the day and your longevity of a festival, right?
No,
They had to give back all the money. So you're at a loss for this year.
Yeah, now, yes. But what I'm saying is like,
So do you think this doesn't impact them going forward?
is there reward without risk?
No, but this is a bigger risk than you should assume for any award. So you just wipe a whole year clean, your whole operation.
I don't think that was the intent. And again,
Intention doesn't matter. The results are the results. I mean, results are the results.
absolutely. This can also be true though, right? I don't think that they got funding from Pepsi without a named headliner.
So that's fair.
Because what do we?
But
paying for?
what if Pepsi is a recurring sponsor?
That's fine. But every year we got to come back to the table and talk about it.
Okay. So what happened first, the ban or the sponsor withdrawal?
Sponsor withdrawal.
So sponsor withdrawal ban.
No, sponsor, ban, cancel. And to be fair, there are people that can replace Kanye. But at this juncture, the people that can are probably booked.
Correct.
Because it's like Bad Bunny, J Balvin, Beyonce, Hove.
Beyonce ain't going over there. Especially during Hove weekend.
Fucking Taylor Swift. And Hove would be a reach for them. Nah, they probably would show up for Hove, actually. Who else? Nah.
They see Adele too much.
I'm gonna say I don't think Adele would do it.
Adele's from over there. They see her too much.
Who else could bring a yay crowd over there that's not booked this summer? That has something going on. Because you can't close out a festival that big with a legacy
Yeah.
superstar.
Yeah. The year to do Kendrick was last year.
Although the UK usually gets our shit late, so they could do that.
And Kendrick was in the UK
But his tour went to the UK, right?
like a few months ago.
Dead.
Yeah.
Drake was last summer. Tyler?
Not that big of a draw.
Tyler's bigger than you think, pause. But
No, I agree with you. He did an arena tour.
but not a stadium.
Correct.
Stadiums are different.
Big difference.
80,000.
Big
And this
difference.
is just never ending land.
Yeah, no, big
Has
difference.
Tyler done Coachella?
I don't think that's a headliner, no.
I didn't think so either. So yeah. I think you gotta be like Coachella conversation. So like The Weeknd.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
It's not a lot of people in that category.
It's on the Super Bowl recently. Rihanna performing.
Not pulling up. And clearly you want something urban, so it's not Taylor Swift or, I mean, she's probably the only one I can think of in that realm.
You can probably get the chain smokers. Like, no shot to them, but that's probably
They're not gonna do
that
them
shit.
type numbers.
Mhm.
Bruno Mars, he's got an album out.
He about to go on tour, so that's not gonna work.
Yeah, so it's dead. All right, cool. I ain't think it was nothing, but yeah, man. So, I hope everybody does well. I don't fucking know. But yeah, you got to get it together. Let's get to it.
You only get half a bar.
All right, first up in half a Beezy. Let's talk about the recent, and I think this happened last night coming into today because we're actually recording on Tuesday instead of Monday. Offset was shot at a kind of random casino in Florida.
Isn't that random? That's the one that's it's right outside of Miami.
Oh, it's right out. Okay.
It's in Fort Lauderdale.
That's not what the town. On the article I read, that the town wasn't Fort Lauderdale. It said something else, and I was like, "Where the fuck was he at?"
What did it say? It said Seminole Hard Rock.
No, it said the town said something else. It wasn't the name of the place. But regardless, from the research I've done, Offset's in there. He's gambling, having a good time. Woo woo. Apparently, it sounds like from academics research. Go ahead.
Hollywood. So it's literally Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood. So it's right there.
Got it. So, basically, it sounds like he walks in. People that spend a lot of money in the casino usually have like a little handler, if you will. And the handler, he asked the handler basically about a credit line. They had given him, I don't know, like $50,000 or something. I can't remember how much money they gave him up front in cash. But he asked for a credit line of $500K. And the dude was like, "Do you know how much you're in the hole right now?" And he told him it was like $686,000 or some shit. So that's what whoever this backdoor person that academics probably paid to talk to told him. Mind you, Lil TJ has been on his ass. Open the door, Smooth Don. See how I knew that was him?
It was such a polite knock.
This nigga knocked.
Yeah.
He ain't text and say, "Yo, I'm about to pull up." He knocked.
You put your phone on silent, remember?
Oh, it was 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago? These sneaker. What's good, boy? What was I saying, son?
Your man was in the hole $600,000.
Yes. So Offset's short. He's already shorted this casino $600,000, almost $700,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's asking for another $500,000 credit line. Lil TJ is there, like, nigga, you gambling. Where's the $10,000 you owe me? And they get it on. And then apparently, I can't say whether Lil TJ shot him or not, but Lil TJ was arrested and he's been released.
You see the video after he got released?
And he took his shirt off?
Yeah, that was a rambunctious guy.
Yeah. He said Offset snitch, he ain't do shit. But that's the type nigga that would have had you shot.
Also, it's a recurring theme of the day. These niggas are fucking dumb. Why would you say that?
I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know what's wrong with him, son.
Where's your lawyer?
Not with him. That's the problem.
These niggas are fucking dumb. Well, I'm tired of idiots. Like,
well, listen.
With all this
first,
money.
First, before we get too far,
yeah,
prayers to Offset. Wish him a speedy recovery.
Yeah,
he's doing well, but he did get shot.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
Let's not focus on his gambling addiction.
Yeah, nah, I wasn't doing that.
I was, because I was about to go in. And then I'm centering myself.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Calming myself down.
Yeah, I was about to get mad at Lil TJ.
And I was about to get mad at Offset.
Yeah, I was about to get mad at Lil TJ.
Because why do you owe Lil TJ $10,000?
Probably gambling.
Okay, fair. Before we run up $700,000 at this casino, maybe get this nigga his $10,000. Because the casino's probably not going to try to shoot you.
They're not.
But Lil TJ might.
They don't break your legs, but they ain't gonna shoot you.
And you lost one of your group mates gambling and getting shot.
Yeah, that is how that happened.
What are we doing?
Yeah, niggas don't learn, bro.
What are we doing?
That's part of the. No, we can't say niggas on YouTube, but people are dumb.
I mean, we've been saying niggas.
No, but I'm saying in the title.
Oh yeah, no, I probably shouldn't cap. Well, last week was whores in cars getting coffee. I just put an asterisk for the O.
Yeah, it got to be something. People are dumb. Like, it's just along those lines, because it's just, that's been everything we talked about today.
Stupidity.
It's just stupidity. And then people
Stinking
wonder
thinking.
why we preach education. Like, nah, bro, we not saying you gotta go be a Rhodes Scholar,
Nah, but leave them kids
but have some
behind.
fucking common sense and like have some consequences for failing.
Leave them kids behind.
Yeah, even though that legislation is not even in play anymore, it's still
It feels like it.
yeah, but the rebrand is just a slightly stricter thing, and it still pushes niggas along.
These niggas behind.
Niggas don't feel shame for going to summer
And
school.
not just the niggas, the white boys, the Asian. All if they not smart enough to move forward, if they do not show a grasp of the material, we have to leave them where they are. Because what I always been taught is we all learn the same lessons in life, but we learn them at different times.
Correct.
So maybe this nigga's 2 + 2 is gonna happen at 12. Maybe. But he might really make good decisions at the grocery store. I don't know. But we can't just put him in 12th grade.
Yeah, nah. Yeah.
No. All right. Next up, a half a bar. Who's dumber? Let's go Ebro. Ebro said he's having a hard time booking guests after leaving Hot 97.
Is he still working for Apple?
Yeah.
Why is that a problem then?
Because he has a show, an independent show now with him, Rosenberg, and Laura Stiles. Their show is independent.
That's a byproduct of how for the past 10 years he's been belittling everybody under the age of 35, and so now nobody wants to talk to you.
I do think you talking all that shit to everybody leads to you not having relationships independently.
Correct.
These niggas don't like you. They were coming to Hot 97, not to the Ebro show.
Yes, and that's where people get confused all the time. Like, it's the engine behind you. It's not the people. And like, and the crazy thing is, I know people probably still fuck with Rosenberg. I'm pretty sure Laura Stiles too. I don't have any information about her and see why people would not fuck with her anymore. But I know they fuck with Rosenberg for sure.
But let's be clear. The draw to that show is Ebro.
Yeah. But like we saw this, what was it, 10 years ago when he went off on Scotty Beam for being right and he was wrong?
I think the issue with Ebro is you're used to a guest-driven model.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do that.
Right.
It's 3 of you niggas. You don't have to talk to anybody else.
Yeah.
But you want to. So there it is. I want to get into sports real quick. 2 things I just want to start with is one, fuck Geno.
Yeah, that's 2.
And the second thing was fuck the UCLA women's team.
Okay. I'm not with you on that one, but go ahead.
Fuck them. And realistically, ladies, y'all are catching a stray. It's not your fault. My woman is an alumnus. Isn't that what a female alumni is? Or was that multiple alumni?
Alumni is multiple.
Till I ain't graduate.
I think I can't, because one is I
He
think alumnus is
graduated.
shut up. I did, but I think
Doesn't
alumnus is male and alumn is like AE.
Alumnae?
Yeah, AE.
Whatever. She went there. She graduated. She never participated in anything sport there. She never cheered. She never.
Yeah, alumnae.
She didn't intramural. She didn't do none of that shit. Right? They win the championship. Now she's a fan. And the only reason she picked them in her bracket is because she went there.
Oh, she picked him to win?
Yes.
That's funny.
The rest of her bracket was in shambles.
That's funny.
But she did pick them to win. But she didn't pick enough other right games to win the bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else had more wins in their bracket
Yeah.
and UCLA as a champion. So she lost. But yeah. So I don't know what the fuck Geno was on. Apparently all that was over a fucking handshake.
So Geno's up. So rumor. Well, it's not in a rumor. It's out now.
Pat Summer been saying this shit.
Yeah. Candace Parker still don't fuck with him to this day. So apparently it's been a thing, but like we didn't care about the interpersonal relationships of women's basketball until Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, aka the race war. But
true.
So we didn't know about the persona of Geno. Like we knew about Pat Summitt because legendary, right?
Right.
Geno was still, even though he had won championships with Bird and Taurasi, we didn't really give him the same gravitas as we did a Pat. So yeah, it's just like I'm just finding this out. I didn't know he was like that, but it also gets masked with all of your former players speaking your praises, right?
And let's be clear. Geno's a legend. Like Geno's got 10 chips.
He's
him.
In the past 20 seasons, he's been to 16 Final Fours. He's not getting fired. He's not going anywhere. His name is certified. He's a Hall of Famer already. We're not taking anything away from that. But we just learned something about his character this weekend that we didn't know.
When I seen Dawn Staley sing on national television, I fuck Geno up. I said, "Oh nah, not my good Christian sister. Dawn don't act like that."
Yeah, nah.
She was out of character, and I was like, something happened. And then I thought it was so player in the post game. She was just like, "Listen, y'all want to know what was said? Ask Geno. We had words. We had an exchange. Game's over. We're going to move forward. I don't want this to take away from what my players accomplished on the court." She moved on. I thought that was class act shit.
You saw her press conference after the UCLA game?
No, I'm sure she kirked.
No, she didn't. She was like, you know what? We didn't have it today. They were just the better team. And
they got spanked.
Yeah. Oh, it was bad. And then she was like, they were just a better team. It was nothing we could do about it. But you know what? We got to hit the drawing board this offseason.
I like that.
That's how Geno should have handled it.
Yeah, Geno acted like a little girl.
Yeah.
No, not even like a little girl. Like a bitch. Because bitch is not sex driven. You're just a bitch. Anywho's, that's all I had in sports / half a ball. You got anything?
I got two things for sports.
Holy moly donut.
This is real quick. Shout out to Michigan for winning the men's national championship last night.
I did not get to watch the game.
It was a good game.
Running.
The refs were working, but you could tell by the free throw discrepancy. It was like 30 free throws to 10.
Ooh.
And you can't play the game they want to play.
Mm-hmm. Slow
it down. Y'all not running up and down over here. We're playing grown man back to the basketball, right?
I like it.
It's just some of the calls were questionable, but it's a part of the game, right?
Yeah, you're not gonna get every call.
Yeah, you're not gonna get every call. Second thing is, they freed Angel Reese.
Give us free.
Yeah, she's now a part of the Atlanta Dream. That's gonna be a good squad this season.
Hell yeah.
Because they got Angel, Ryan Howard, she's a dog. They got Brittany Griner. So they got two big post players. One's focused on defense a lot. The other gets rebounds a lot. So that's gonna be dope. They got Alicia Gray, who's a great guard. So their starting unit is stacked. So they're gonna make a deep run. So be on the lookout for the Atlanta Dream this season.
Yeah, I'm excited about Angel getting traded. I think that's a good look.
Yeah, that and
as long as she don't end up in Magic City too often. Cause she got to work, not because I think she's gonna be stripping. I don't do that.
Yeah, no, nah.
She did Sports Illustrated. That's the line.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I meant.
She did both.
You would have watched, young nasty nigga over here. All right, man, let's get the fuck up out of here. You got that was it?
Just the DMV Heat Check, and that was it.
I ain't got nothing to DMV Heat Check. You got something?
Yeah, I got the Uncle John drink.
Oh, you did say the Uncle John drink. All right, let's do DMV Heat Check, and then we gonna get the fuck. What you got for me?
First of all,
Uncle John dropped a EP March 30th. Self-made EP produced by it's Whoa. I don't know if it's 1. Well, it has to be 1.0 because that's how it reads. But
there you go.
The song we do is number 2, State Property.
State Property. Let's get right to it.
Yeah, it's Lordy, nigga.
Open the fucking marsh pit. Open the fucking marsh pit. Let's go, nigga.
Lord.
Let's go, nigga.
You know I seen this shit before. Before I put my drawers on, give my thanks to the Lord. They say they seen God in the flesh, obviously, when I was born. He threw his ass a party like state property just came on. Yeah, it ain't no stopping me, I'm a Floyd. My bitch be tripping, star arguments I ignored. Nipple slipping, did it on purpose, shit, dirty whore. We fuck in the morning, fuck in the evening, we fucking some more. Yeah, last year I was with Wi-Fi on tour. This year, we trying to run the shit back and bring out boys. Let my nuts hang with you niggas is something that I enjoy. I'm on some R&B shit, she said I remind her of Lloyd. Yeah, before I pin it, I gotta live it. You niggas don't know business, so I add a point on a digit. Half of you dumb fuck rappers can't drop without permission. Like fuck a deal, nigga cook like Ramsey Gordon in the kitchen.
This is a Shop Records exclusive.
Big dog shit. Big dog shit.
Shop shit.
Yeah. Be smart, you know it's cameras everywhere. See me in the spot, we brought them hammers up in there. Yeah, you niggas lost without me, can't eat cause it ain't no sauce without me. Fuck what a nigga told you, what a nigga weighing, I'm the Lord he found. I fuck with Crips and Bloods, my little cuz from the joint down. Say throwing L's up for the Lordy, the nigga need Lordy now. My uncle really fighting the murder for real, hope a nigga get a pill. I know he a man of God, nigga had my back since nigga was lil. Gotta hold balls tight, sharp pleats, the shit is a feel. King Henry, fumble the bills, fuck up the number for real. My bitch annoying as shit sometimes, a nigga do love for real. I think about giving a baby sometimes, I told her I'd give her a girl. You know I seen this shit before. Before I put my drawers on, give my thanks to the Lord. They say they seen God in the flesh, obviously, when I was born. He threw his ass a party like state property just came on. Big dog shit, nigga. Big dog shit, nigga. Big dog shit, nigga. Big dog shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. State property. Uncle John off the project Self-Made. Produced by Whoa 1.0. All right. I see we taking the caution. All right. Fucks with it. We don't have to rate it because that's DMV Heat Check. Y'all check that out. This project
Yes, that's the next show.
5 songs, 12 minutes. All right. So y'all check that out. We're going to rush right along and get ready for 2 reviews. We'll see y'all in a few minutes. Y'all won't know that because y'all going to get this show tomorrow and we recording 2 reviews right now. But we'll see y'all next week. I go by the name of Capo. To the left of me, as always, is none other than my brother and Young Mitchell we trust.
Yeah, man. Let's close them doors.
You know it.
Step back, doors closing.
First of all, we live.